Very welcome and swagatam in my YouTube channel all at one ffbmd and in this research methodology series we have talked about the whether the defined problem is a good problem or not. Now we see here in this topic these questions are important or related to a researcher or not. So here the researcher should be interested on the problem for the reasons mentioned earlier at the end of the section. In the previous section, the problem should also be interested to the supervisor so that the researcher can get the necessary guidance from him. Otherwise, sometimes the researcher may find it very difficult to convince the supervisor on the importance and significance of the result to obtain. More importantly, the problem must be of interest to the scientific community and society. If not, then the researcher will find great difficulty to publish his findings in reputed journals and convince the funding agency. Next, the status of the problem, particularly the importance of finding its solution, should match with the current status of the field. But if the problem investigated is of not much interest to science and society, then publication will become useless to him in his research career. Specifically, they cannot help or earn a postdoctoral fellowship respectively and a permanent job in an institution. A researcher needs proper guidance and encouragement from the supervisor regularly. This is the important for keeping the research in the right track to overcome the difficulties which come at various states of the researcher, and also to have moral support. A researcher should avoid working under the guidance of a supervisor having serious health problem or family problems, committed his large time to administrative work and a strong involvement in the non-academic matters. The following story was told by S.L. Glasgow, Harvard University, and Julian Swinger, the physicist, the teacher, and the man, Y. Jack Ng, World Scientific, Singapore. Once upon a time, a fox came upon a rabbit who was typing away in the middle of the forest. "What do you think you are doing?" asked the fox. "I am writing my thesis on how rabbit can eat foxes," replied the rabbit. "Nonsense," said the fox. "Rabbit don't eat foxes. Foxes eat rabbits." "Just like a pig in my cave," challenged the rabbit. The fox entered the rabbit's cave and was never seen again. Some time later, a wolf came to the rabbit, who was still writing his thesis. "What do you think you are doing?" said the wolf, and a similar interchange took place. The wolf entered the cave and was never seen again. Finally, a bear came to chat with the rabbit. "I am writing my thesis on how rabbits eat bears," said the rabbit. "Nonsense," growled the bear, who was sent to the cave never to be seen again. A wise owl watched this strange going on and was puzzled. softly sneaking into the rabbit's cave, he came upon a neat pile of fox bones. A bit further on, he discovered a neat pile of wolf bones. Finally, at the back of the cave, behind a neat pile of the bear bones, sat a very fat and satisfied lion, picking his teeth with a bear claw. The moral of the story is that it really does not matter what your thesis subject is. What counts is your choice of an advisor. An important point is that before initiating research work on problem, a rough estimate on cost and time required to complete the work must be made. A problem suitable for PhD degree should not be taken for MPhil degree. A problem suitable for MPhil degree is not appropriate for master degree. If the collection of data or resources or related information takes many years, then the topic is obviously inappropriate for PhD degree. Controversial subjects should not be chosen. Problems that are too narrow or too vague should be avoided. Finally, the researcher must make sure that necessary experimental setup and materials to perform the actual research work are available in the department whose research work is to be carried out. Without these, if the researcher initiated the work and has gone through the certain stage of work or spent 1 or 2 years in the problem, then in order to complete the task, he would be forced to buy the materials and instruments from his personal savings.